Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. Remember to like and subscribe. Supporters of Little People, Big World received some very bad news today. Marek and Amy Roloff got divorced. Mick finally tied the knot with his new fiancée. Hi everyone. Greetings from LPBW Update, the channel where we explore the most important life events of your favorite reality stars. Today, we share a story of one of the most beloved couples in Little People, Big World, Amy Roloff and Marek, that is both hopeful and heartbreaking. You've heard it right, of course. Amy and Chris have decided to part ways after years of farming adventures, love, and fun at Roloff Farms. But that is just the beginning. Watch this video because we'll reveal later how Chris has fallen in love again and even married his new partner. With their fairy tale proposal beneath the stately oak tree, their charming August wedding complete with pumpkin decorations and cars, and an steadfast commitment to their family. But when the camera stopped working, fractures started to show. Eventually, with whispers of admiration and rumors circulating, the unexpected happened. Beginning in early 2025, Amy Roloff and Marek filed for divorce. We will disclose every single detail today. Chris has already gotten married. What happened wrong and how each of them has handled it. Amy Roloff, the matriarch of the Roloff dynasty, captured our hearts long before Marek came along. Amy focused on her kids, her pumpkin business, and her unexpected romance following the breakup of her marriage to Matt Roloff in 2016. In late 2017, mutual acquaintances introduced Amy to Marek, a business-savvy financial advisor. Uncomfortable small conversation, a friend's birthday celebration, and an instant bond sparked by a mutual interest in investing and agriculture characterized the first encounter. Early dates. Chris showed genuine concern for Amy's family and farm, which impressed Amy. Through hair excursions and coffee dates in Portland, they built a foundation of trust. There are proposals under the oak tree. Chris proposed to his girlfriend on September 19, 2019, under the famous oak tree at Roloff Farms, the site of many family memories. When Amy said yes, the internet went crazy. Being a part of a popular reality show has its benefits. Obstacles, a television home, and a loyal fan base. With each other, Amy and Chris became the focus of constant public scrutiny. Dispute and agricultural choice being instantly evaluated on the internet. The intricacies of a blended family, including the delicate balancing act between Amy's new life with Chris and her 4 children from her previous marriage. Amy's efforts in agorism. At times, Chris's commercial pressures and financial endeavors forced them to separate. Undoubtedly, partnerships that are scrutinized can be challenging. Disagreements between Amy and Chris about farm management, business priorities, and even leisure started to get more intense. On August 28, 2021, Amy and Chris exchanged vows at Roloff Farms in a ceremony lighted by the sun. By February 2025, however, those close to the couple revealed that they were living apart and that they were preparing to file for a secret divorce. As we head back home in January 2025, Amy's friends notice that she is spending more and more evenings by herself at her lake. In Moulton County, Oregon, formal divorce papers were filed in July. January 1, 2025. Dissolution that is flawless. Both people recognized intractable disparities. On February 18th, Amy posted a heartfelt statement on Instagram expressing her appreciation for Chris's help over the years as well as her own growth and transformation. The pause button was not pressed by Amy Roloff. She pressed the play button to begin her journey of self-discovery. This is how she has rethought her life. Focused on family, especially on spending more time with Jeremy, Jacob, and Molly, the kids. Apple-picking trips and yoga sessions with father and daughter are endearing situations. As part of business expansion, a new line of environmentally friendly farm products and virtual farm trips were created to allow fans to experience Roloff Farms from the comfort of their homes. Her own wellness journey, which included meditation, hiking, and conversations on resilience throughout the Pacific Northwest and Canada, was chronicled in weekly vlogs. Amy has served as an inspiration, turning grief into a driving force for both individual and communal growth. It is clear that she is more than just a reality TV star. She is an example of how to overcome the most difficult situations in life. Amy liked to be alone, but Marek quickly found friendship, despite what many people think. In early June 2025, he was spotted by paparazzi having lunch with Seattle marketing executive Catherine Katie Dawson. On March 5, 2025, the first public appearance took place, sharing at a cafe beside the water, eat sandwiches and joke. Recommendations from online forums. In Katie's Instagram stories, Chris's signature blue blazer was identified with a heart emoji. An official declaration. On April 12, 2025, Chris and Katie posted a joint photo of themselves grinning beneath cherry blossoms with the message, "New Beginnings." In May 2025, Chris Marek gets married for the second time. Friends describe a small ceremony. Time and place. On May 3, 2025, in a vineyard owned by a family outside of Portland. Only close friends and relatives are allowed to attend. An invitation was graciously turned down for Amy. Point of emphasis. Katie walked down a rose petal-lined aisle. In addition, Chris adds his own promises on finding hope after loss. Chris's journey from pain to contentment serves as a reminder that divorce is not the end of the world. Every now and then, it opens a whole new chapter. Reactions from the media and fans. Amy's supporters started the hashtag #AmyStrong, encouraged the start of new chapters, and honored her tenacity. In honor of Chris and Katie's brief yet loving relationship, shippers have started the hashtag Chris and Katie 2025. Skeptics who have conjectured about the reasons behind reality TV have also debated the 3-month timeframe between the separation and the wedding. Chris, Katie, and Amy. Though there are varying opinions, most agree that Chris and Amy have a right to happiness on their own terms. Interview with intimate knowledge. Amy's acquaintances claim that she has faced several challenges, but we didn't realize how resilient she was. The last union Chris had was civil. Instead, he let Amy recover first. After the divorce was announced, there was a noticeable amount of tension on the set. Amy, however, remained calm and focused. Chris looked as if he was ready to leave. These direct viewpoints show two people who eventually followed different routes to happiness despite their early unbreakable relationship. What lessons can we learn from Amy and Chris's journey? Communication that works is essential. Without open communication, even the strongest partnerships can fall apart. Setting self-care as a top priority is essential. Making mental and emotional well-being a priority promotes personal growth. It is possible to start over. Divorce does not mean the end. It symbolizes a divergence in the course that could lead to an unexpected feeling of joy. The story of Amy Roloff and Chris Marek shows that real life does not follow a set pattern. Sometimes it brings us to a place of renewed happiness, and other times it brings us to sadness. Which lesson particularly struck a chord with you? Kindly leave your comments in the space provided below. Additional details. Fans show disdain for Amy Roloff and her partner Chris Marek. Amy Roloff also praises Chris Marek for taking care of her equitably. I'll give you a thorough explanation. In addition to her well-known role on the hit TLC series Little People, Big World, Amy Roloff is involved in a number of other endeavors. These include sharing life updates and recordings that are centered around recipes for food. The mother of 4 also often goes to seminars and classes. The matriarch of the Little People Big World and her friend Chris Marek are currently living a happy life. Consequently, she regularly shares happy gatherings with her followers on social media. Motivational speaker Amy Roloff of Little People Big World is regularly asked to give talks at conferences all across the nation. She uses her own experiences to encourage others to keep going for their goals despite any setbacks. According to her website, the mother of 4 regularly drives Chris to her lectures. He is a source of strength and her most trusted ally. Amy regularly uses her social media accounts to express her appreciation and thanks for his continued efforts to make her smile broadly. Amy has lavished her Instagram account with love for her partner. She also revealed that Chris enjoys taking her to places that she enjoys going to. One such place, according to Amy, is the Grand Hotel on Machine Island in Michigan. He likes to take her on these kinds of unusual outings. Many Little People, Big World admirers commend Chris for this, she continued, calling him a helpful husband. Some of them thanked him for taking part in her cooking videos, which gave them a chance to try her freshly made dessert. He also regularly attends her meetings and sessions. A few weeks ago, I even sent a heartfelt social media thank you note to her husband Chris. A few weeks ago, Amy Roloff thanked her husband Chris Marek on Instagram for his unwavering love and support. First, she shared pictures of the couples with her followers. "I recently visited Austin, Texas." The Little People Big World star then expressed gratitude in the image description. "I was very happy and excited to go to Little People Big World," she said at the beginning, adding that her partner likes to attend these events and that her peers in the Little People community have also welcomed him. Amy then promised to keep sharing more details about the events she plans to go to in the future. Would accompany her to those events. She added that the TLC personality didn't stop expressing her love for him after the caption ended. Obviously, this post shows how compatible and affectionate this couple is. What do you think of Amy's social media posts? Fans of the Little People Big World think that their haven is troubled. Are you seeing a similar marital problem? Please feel free to comment below. Are fans disrespecting Amy Roloff and her partner Chris Marek? Amy Roloff, the star of Little People, Big World, has been putting out a lot of videos lately, and she also updated her website with some of her latest creations. Although Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen is no longer airing on TLC, Amy still enjoys teaching cooking classes and selling fudge to promote the show, but her fans expressed their disapproval. Dissatisfied with her recent social media video in which she disobeyed her husband Chris Marek, Amy Roloff posted a recipe this week on Instagram that was especially special to her followers. One of her favorite recipes was shared with Chris on the street on St. Patrick's Day, when she ate a lot of cabbage as a child and thought she could make her own broth using it as the main ingredient. She called it unstead cabbage soup and told her followers that it would be accessible on the internet. After seeing her make the soup with Chris, fans were confused as to why she was disparaging her husband. One of her fans wanted to ask her directly, "What makes you prefer Roloff over Marek?" This led to a lengthy debate among her fans. Another question was about why she didn't change her last name after getting married. That it was probably for business. Amy has repeatedly used Roloff in her business operations. The use of her last name seems to be a matter of evenly divided opinion among her fans. Amy Roloff has continuously highlighted her love of food in Little People Big World since the program's beginning, creating her own recipes and sharing them with her followers. It seems that she is currently working to accomplish more. Amy's supporters were surprised to learn that she had partnered with another prestigious organization, and they weren't sure if they wanted to support it. Amy's most recent video seemed to be the result of her collaboration with Home Chef, and Amy's supporters only wanted to let her know that they prefer to use her own recipes instead of those on Home Chef, and they felt that she could perform much better if she cooked only for herself, as she previously had the necessary abilities. Amy Roloff enjoys sharing her culinary creations, but she would rather be paid for her subscriptions or recipes. Do you think she has been patronizing Chris in her cooking videos? Does she have a good reason not to change her name, or should she? Amy Roloff honors her father, Gordon Knight, who is 95 years old. Amy Roloff also accuses Matt of neglecting Zach in an Instagram post. Amy Roloff, a Michigan native, is well known to fans of Little People, Big World. The Midwest will always have a special place in Amy's heart, even though she has made a name for herself in Oregon, first with Matt Roloff and then with Chris Marek. The Little People, Big World star recently had a memorable reunion with her father. So what makes this reunion so important? A few of her many TLC shows and social media food videos. Amy Roloff, a well-known personality from Little People, Big World, lives in Michigan with her large family, so she often visits them. But her most recent trip home had taken on a somewhat different meaning. What was the explanation Amy Roloff gave her TLC viewers for why this trip was special? Amy Roloff's most recent trip home took place on the occasion of her father's 95th birthday. For everyone, I am surprised that my father is 95 years old, but I am relieved to hear that he is doing well, the Little People Big World actress said, thanking her loyal fan base for allowing her to spend time with her father Gordon Knight on his special day. Amy is the happiest person alive, according to reports from her journey. Spending time with him at home is enjoyable. Being with her father, Gordon Knight, makes her feel proud. It is. It's also comforting to know that, according to Amy Roloff's update, she can take off and land at any time. One of the benefits that comes with success is that Amy is taking advantage of this chance. Amy Roloff is known to spend a lot of time in the kitchen when she is visiting relatives. As fans of Little People, Big World know, the fudge varieties she most recently presented to her fans were ideal for the season. It's always a pleasure to provide AM supporters details regarding the fudge, which is a huge hit with them. This year's winter fudge variety package includes red velvet cream brulee, white chocolate raspberry swirl, and chocolate espresso. The latest update states that Amy posted a short movie showcasing her most recent winter collection. Fortunately, Marek was also there to do a taste test. He gave his wife his blessing, indicating that despite his possible prejudice, he likes Amy's new variations. The espresso with chocolate. Given that Marek liked chocolate with his coffee, it seems to be his favorite beverage. Many of Amy Roloff's fans are interested in her new products, which will be released in time for Valentine's Day in 2024. Today, there won't be any more updates. Little People, Big World viewers have no trouble understanding why Jeremy Roloff would have had a love split with his wife Audrey. Although the two have not participated in the program since 2018, they are still quite active on social media. Despite his propensity to adjust to the circumstances, Jeremy has been irritated in recent days. He has 3 children. Jeremy was a star when Little People, Big World debuted on TLC over 10 years ago. Jeremy and his twin brother Zach, together with his siblings and parents, Matt and Amy Roloff, were allowed to have their childhoods on Roloff Farms documented by cameras. When Audrey and Jeremy first met in high school, they seemed to be incredibly in love. After graduating from Brooks Institute of Photography in Santa Barbara, California, Jeremy went back to Oregon to pop the question and wed Audrey. Even though the two left the family program, saying they wanted more privacy, Audrey has been bragging about her lavish lifestyle for years. First of all, there aren't many pictures of Jeremy and Audrey posted on his Instagram account. Jeremy always makes sure to take pictures of his home, farm work, and renovation initiatives, as well as his kids. But he rarely posts pictures of himself and his loyal wife. On the other hand, Audrey makes up for his lack of photos on her profile by bragging about her husband Jeremy and their date nights on a regular basis. Many fans of Little People, Big World can't help but feel that she's trying to make up for a marriage that didn't have love. The fact that Jeremy ignored his wife on her birthday was another observation made by Little People, Big World watchers. Audrey is the first to say, on any given day, her admiration for Jeremy. But on her important day, she failed to recognize the redhead. Jeremy's actions were viewed as strange because the pair regularly shares information on social media, even though they enjoyed a private boat ride. The lack of emotion between the two people made some people think that their dreamy union might be in danger. Viewers of Little People, Big World have noticed a growing number of signs over the past year suggesting it's possible that Jeremy is unhappy with their relationship. The couple's negative comments about one another on their individual Instagram pages over a bathroom renovation were a serious red flag. In response to Audrey's accusation that the job had taken 4 months, Jeremy informed her that they were only 9 weeks into the project and even suggested that Audrey relax. The only reasonable conclusion resulted from forums being affected by the lack of a unified front. Jeremy is not happy.